in 2012 in my life, as you all know. But I think today is a very, very, very big day for me. Because it's the first time that the entire world and all my fans are going to know me through just this small little diary, even if it's a style diary. But as you read the pages and as you turn the pages, you get to know Kareena the person. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Shobha De, a woman I've completely admired and respected. She's been honest, she's independent, she's what I think every woman really aspires to be. I've always looked up to her ever since I've been a child, and also always feared her because she's fiercely honest, but that's the way I am as well. So I think that's why we get along. I'd also like to thank Penguin for coming together with SD Books and actually launching this as its first, because it is a real big honor for me that it is one of the first books, and there's such prestigious names that right now Shobha took on the podium, which is absolutely amazing. Zia Modi, Adi Gorgeous. But I'm just so lucky that I was the first, so I'd personally like to thank you for that. And of course, the girl who's completely nervous, the beautiful, actually sexy one in the short number, who's actually quite stylish this evening, is Rochelle Pinto. The girl, I think, whom I don't think this would have ever been possible, because obviously when Mrs. Day came over and spoke to me and told me that we're going to write this book, I was very nervous because I was like, oh my god, now I have to sit and write this, and is it just going to be me? And she was like, no, we're going to get somebody as like a bouncing board and somebody who's going to write the text for you, but in my voice. So it's very important that I had to connect with Rochelle and actually feel comfortable. And the most important is I had to trust her. But obviously when I knew that Rochelle was coming on board, I had known her through her small little photograph that appeared in Hindustan Times as being the fashion police, whom also I used to fear that, oh my god, I hope she's not going to write something that I faux pas in fashion. But luckily I hadn't, so Rochelle was very kind to me throughout. And I was like, when Mrs. Day told me that yes, it's going to be Rochelle and this girl. And finally when I had her face and she came in front of me, I think we just kind of hit it off. And I felt comfortable enough talking to her about my husband, my then boyfriend. I felt comfortable talking to her about my jeans size, my waist size, whether it was 24 or whether it was 30. Well, now it's 27. I felt comfortable enough talking to her about the lingerie that I prefer to wear and the lingerie I feel young girls should wear.
Kareena is much more than just an actress, an actor as they politically correctly describe it. But to give you a nice insight, I have to start the launch of her book by thanking her husband Saif Ali Khan. When I met Kareena for the book to ask her what she felt about it, she wasn't very clear what it would involve in terms of time, or even as an actor, as an actress, as a heroine. She's in the middle of shooting for heroine, what kind of an involvement it required, and really what was in it for her. It took Saif under 5 minutes to convince his wife, and they weren't married then, but they were married because, as she keeps saying, they were already married for the last so many years. It was only a technicality that made it happen. And we could see it happening, and it was quite bewitching. The whole journey was quite wonderful. But behind it all was still the same Kareena. A girl who's gutsy, who has her own sense of identity, and for whom style is not something that designers and stylists throw at you and say, wear it to this event and wear it on the red carpet and wear it in start, wear it. She is confident enough to wear what she wants.
The only thing they want to know is, what was Kareena like? They all want to know whether she's wearing couture at home, is she surrounded by hundreds of attendants who wait on her hand and foot. And I have to say that I'm going to shatter that bubble right now. The first time I met her at her house, she opened the door for me herself. The second time I met her, she was wearing a kaftan, which happens to be in the book. It's her favorite outfit. She's always in the kaftan and she's always roaming around there. Apparently Saif is not too fond of it. He says, maybe you could wear something a little sexier, but no, Kareena's in her kaftan. So it was fascinating to see that this person who on stage always says that she's a normal person, really is. And there's no pretense when you meet her. She's the most busy human being I know. She has 100 things to do every day, and yet no matter who she's meeting, she's 100% every time she meets that person. So there was a lesson there for somebody who's a bit of a procrastinator. It's a major lesson there. Thank you.
I think style also lies a lot in the way you feel. It's more, whatever the outfit that you wear, you just have to feel it at that moment. Just because so-and-so designer is in fashion and is selling like hotcakes, I'm not going to particularly wear that. I think there's nothing more stylish than jeans and a white t-shirt. I think a woman, if she looks stylish in that, I think she's completely timeless. And that's what I feel is my personality.